Thank you.
To someone else. Which you see the body then.
Better.
Are you going to check it out? No, it is working. I can't see because they're showing that 30 people are waiting.
Yeah? Okay, the new one.
Friends, on behalf of the bereaved family, we thank you for assembling here this afternoon. Pay your respects to bid farewell to late Mrs. Manifar. My name is Sibi Chet, and I'll be taking you to the proceedings this afternoon. Yes, I think that most of you know that the late Mr. Farmer was very much into meditation, and it was a powerful resource that she had relied upon. The rest of the proceedings, we have a friend and a fellow bishop of the Arthurist Institute of South Africa, Mira Ramji, who will speak for a few minutes, after which she will ask for all of you here to join her in meditation for a few minutes. And I follow. Thank you.
Heartfulness Institute of South Africa. It is with a heavy heart that I was given the task to speak about Winnie. She was an integral part of our organization, the Heartfulness Institute. We looked up to her for her devotion, spirituality, and guidance. Until recently, I used to pick her up from home to attend our satsangs on Sunday mornings. She was always ready and willing to participate in our events. The satsangs, Vrindaras, and also overseas in India. Even during the peak of winter, she was ready and willing to attend. On a personal level, she was generous and caring. I remember once at the Lenasia ashram, she paid some money voluntarily and reminded me to thank the gardener. She knew my parents and family. She was very appreciative of her immediate family and spoke fondly of her grandchildren. She was a kind of person who could make anyone feel comfortable and loved. I always cherish the memories of being in her lovely company. Our Heartfulness Institute will be much older without her. We will always cherish the memories we had of her. Hers was a life well spent, and we should be proud of her. She will be sorely missed by all of us, and we know she is in a better place. Go well, Winnie. You will always be missed. In honor of Winnie, we would like to meditate for Winnie for 15 minutes. We encourage all to say a silent prayer during this time. Mrs. Saroj Reddy, our preceptor, will initiate. She will say start, and then we'll say that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mina, for that interlude and speech. I have been a long-standing friend of this family and have known Vinay and her son since our high school days. And if you take a look at both of us, you will know that our high school days were a very, very long time ago. In later years, we lived in the same neighborhood in Westville, and our young family spent many years of special times together. Through this association, I got to know Mrs. Palmer very well. She was always warm, welcoming, and hospitable, and I have many fond memories from discussions around their breakfast and dining table. Mrs. Palmer was a peaceful person, carried an air of grace, poise, and dignity. Her aura carried over into her interactions with those around her. She was astute and provided an ever-guiding hand to her children, grandchildren, and latterly her great-grandchildren, all of whom have acquitted themselves with excellence and have earned our deep admiration. She grew up in Pietermaritzburg, where her parents, Chita and Shipko Pema, had established Pema's shoe store. She spent her early married life in Heidelberg with her husband, Viku Pana. As her daughters, Jashila and Bharti, approached the final years of their primary schooling, she recognized that the little town of Heidelberg offered no opportunity for them to proceed to high school. With this in mind, she left for Durban with her son Vinay, where she helped to run her then aging parents' business, which had been relocated in 1955 to Warwick Avenue in Durban. In the years ensuing after their passing, the store became the well-known Bana's shoe store. Apartheid laws restricted the movement of people of color across provincial boundaries. Biku Bana, residing in Heidelberg in the then Transvaal, could not move to Durban with his family. It took several years for him to be granted a permit to join his family in Natal. In the interim, Mani Bana soldiered on, building a future for her family in Durban, with Biku visiting every 6 weeks. Biku Bana died in 1979 at the age of 51 years. Undaunted by his passing, Mani Bana continued to run the business with her son Vinay until she retired from the business several years ago. In telling her story, we realized that Mrs. Bana had long achieved what women across the world are seeking today. She had a strong sense of family, yet she was fiercely independent. She had foresight and a pioneering spirit. Refusing to end her daughter's schooling at primary school and then to arrange marriages for them, as was the norm in those days, she chose to build a new life in Durban, where they could further their studies. Mani Bana treated every person as an equal and with respect. This, despite our society being deeply segregated by language, race, class, and caste. She survived her late husband by some 46 years, within which time she learned how to enjoy her own company. For almost as long as I know her, there would come a point where she would withdraw from a conversation and retire to her private space. She did not depend on others for her peace and happiness. Mrs. Bana was not bound by customary religious practices and exercised her beliefs through her interactions with those she came into contact with. A source of peace, equilibrium, clear thinking, and inner strength was through the joy she found in meditation. Mrs. Manibana lived for 6 years short of a century. She was blessed with good health and an active mind. Even though she was transitioning out of this world in the last 2 weeks, she remained upright and mentally agile and refused to be assisted. She was aware that life was closing for her, and she accepted this with her characteristic graciousness. She had the good fortune to be surrounded by her loved ones in her final days. May her sterling legacy remain alive through those she nurtured. May her soul be in eternal peace as it rides the astral plane. We have a few speeches by her children, her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Paul Anjali Bana, her granddaughter, to speak.
Namaste. Thank you for being here today as we honor and celebrate the extraordinary life of my grandmother, our Ma. Ma lived 93 remarkable years. Though she was an only child, she built a family rooted in strength, love, and unwavering grace. She raised 3 wonderful children, became the proud grandmother of 7, and was blessed to see 4 great-grandchildren. Even after losing her beloved husband, my Dada, at just 45, she never lost her spirit. With quiet strength, dignity, and a heart full of devotion, she held our family together. Ma was our matriarch, our compass, our constant. She had a rare gift. She made you feel truly seen, deeply heard, and unconditionally loved. Always immaculate, always posed, always elegant in every sense of the word. But more than anything, she was deeply spiritual. Ma dedicated her life to sadhana, a path that gave her strength through her hardest days and allowed her to remain our calm, steady rock in the midst of life's storm. Her spirituality wasn't something she showed, it was something she quietly lived. It shaped her into the woman we all cherished, grounded and graceful. My brother, Sanjeev, and I were so fortunate to be raised by her. She didn't just live with us, she shaped us to who we are today. She was there for every moment that mattered. She held our hands when we were small and guided our hearts as we grew. My dad often spoke of the profound impact Ma had on his life, a constant source of strength, love, and wisdom. The bond between my parents and Ma was truly special, built over decades through love and trust and countless shared moments of joy. They cared for her with a tenderness and devotion that was as spiritual as it was beautiful. I know Bapu, Mum, Sanjeev, Chandrika, and Bishop will deeply miss her physical presence, but her spirit and the love she gave so freely will remain with them always. I can never fully express how grateful I am for the years I had with her, right by my side. Being the youngest grandchild and favorite, I had the unique joy of knowing Ma in a way that felt magical. With me, she let her guard down. I saw the child in her, the playful, cheeky spark in her eye, the teasing full of love, and the way her face lit up when I walked into the room. I was her baby, and she was my darling. She stood by my side through the joyous times and the difficult ones too, especially the last couple of years when I struggled with my health. Ma was my whole world, and truly we couldn't live without each other. When I was away, she would video call just to check on me, see my face, and make sure I ate. My favorite thing was the early morning cuddles in her bed, and she would hold me tight and tell me how much she loved me. Our bond was unbreakable. And as the years passed, our roles gently reversed. In our final days, she became my baby and I became her darling. I cared for her with the same tenderness she had given me my entire life. Today our hearts are heavy, but also full of the love Ma gave so freely, full of gratitude that we got to love her for so long, full of the legacy she leaves behind, a legacy of compassion, elegance, and wisdom. Ma always told me, everything is love. If you give love, you will receive love. Even as we say goodbye, I feel the love more than ever. Saj Ma, the path she followed so faithfully, teaches us to let go not in sorrow but in love. I want to end with a quote by one of her spiritual masters, revered Charity. At the base, we are the same, a pure, eternal soul imprisoned in this body. We have to help each other to grow, to liberate ourselves. And when the time comes for someone to send off someone else, do it with love and not with sorrow. Because if there is death, God forbid, and you weep, Saj Mark says you are pulling that soul back. Liberate it, love it. Always love, love at birth, love throughout life, love at death. Ma, my Oma, my granny, my darling, my entire heart, thank you for every hug, every prayer, every love, and every lesson. Ma, I'm letting you go now with love, infinite, eternal and unbreakable love. We will carry you with us every day. Namaste.
Thank you, Anjali, for that heartfelt tribute. I will now ask the great-grandchildren, Ria and Rishit, to come up and pay and deliver their eulogy.
Dear Mom, my beloved great-grandmother, I'm happy you had a wonderful long life. I feel very lucky that I had someone like you in my life. I don't know anyone else who lived into their 90s. Ma and I always joke that she was too old. It's too much, Ma. I will miss her calling me her chuchu baba. She was also very lucky to have so many grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I'm glad I got to say goodbye to her and that she didn't suffer. She was the best great-grandmother. Rest in love, Mom. I love you. From your rich Papa.
I just wanted to be thankful for how lucky I am to have known her for 16 years of my life. To even have a great grandmother, it's such a privilege. Every time I would see her, she would greet me with the most amazing and genuine smile that spoke more than words. I didn't have to talk to her. Just sitting there with her hand in mine, people talked around us was enough. I'm so blessed to have known someone so loving and kind. I'm forever be thankful I got to know her and that I know how much love and care for others.
Namaste. To have a great-grandmother is a blessing, but to have Aji as our great-grandmother was an even greater blessing. From as young as I can remember, Aji showered everyone with her love, whether it was with her yummy food, her warm, tight hugs, or just her words of reassurance. Her love was constant, steady, gentle, but powerful. Aji had this quiet strength, a warmth that filled every room she was in, and a kind of love that didn't need to be spoken to be deeply felt. I have so many memories of Aji, but the fondest ones are from the times she spent with us in Joburg. Since I was little, I would always sleep in the same bed with her whenever she visited. And even as recently as last August when I visited her here in Durban, we shared a bed. Her cuddles were the best. In our home in Brighton, only the one side of the queen's size bed had an electric blanket, so I'd always snuggle a little closer just to share some of the warmth. At night, she would read me bedtime stories, and during the day, we'd sit together and watch Indian soapies on ZTV. We also had one very specific recipe book that we flipped through over and over again for years. I remember when Mommy was away on a girls' trip in Croatia, Aji came to stay with Papa and me at home. It was so special as we spent time building puzzles and making her special French toast. And just before she left, I wrote down her recipe with her secret ingredient, extra garam masala. It is said that you can taste when food is cooked with love, and we certainly tasted the love in everything Aji made. Whether it was her tiki puri, gogra, and gare roti, every treat of hers was made with immense love. One of the things that will always stay with me is the nickname Aji gave me, Chuchi. I don't know where it came from, but that was her name for me. She was the first to call me that, and right from the start, it was her special name for me. Even till the very end, she still called me Chuchi, like it was her little way of holding on to our bond. And now, it's not just Aji who calls me that, almost everyone in the family does. It's like her love for me has carried through other people too. That name is a piece of her that I still carry with me every day. Aji taught me so much about how she just lives, qualities that I hope to emulate myself. I'm so incredibly grateful that I got to have her in my life for 17 years. That's a blessing I will never take for granted. She lived a long, beautiful life, 93 years of strength, wisdom, and grace. We will always wish we had her for longer, but Aji gave us so much to hold on to. Her stories, her food, her faith, her love. They'll never leave us. We've made beautiful memories and I will cherish them and hold them close to my heart. Thank you, Aji, for being the heartbeat of our family and for loving us in the quietest, most powerful ways. May your beautiful soul rest in peace. I will miss you so much. I love you.
Thank you for that. I'll now call Sohini Nathu, her granddaughter, to deliver a tribute.
Namaste, everyone. The older we get, the greater the reality of loss becomes, and yet nothing quite prepares us for the feelings that ensue when a loved one passes. We have lost a great-granny, a granny, a mother, and life force that impacted our lives in so many ways throughout her time with us. Aji, you were our North Star, our pillar of strength for so many big moments, whether it be love, loss, birth, celebration, or taking tender care of a family member when not well, we could always count on your love and support. And the deeper you got into your spiritual side, it just meant that you didn't always have to stay a lot, but it was your presence, and such a great presence that brought a sense of comfort to us all. We have so many fond memories to look back on. The many hours you spent laboring in the kitchen, whether it was making your veg biryani and chicken on Diwali day, or the best curry, roti, and gugla because you knew it was our favorite. And the only time any of us dared to eat Kerala was when you took the time to make Romeo for us. We cannot forget all the sweet treats and cakes you bake and how we disagree about how much icing should go on top. You spoiled us so much. I have to call out that although you were an amazing cook, there were also times where you'd experiment, making real bhajiyas, not the edible kind, and Mom and Batimasi had no issue on calling you out on this. Outside of the kitchen, you found simple joy in building puzzles and reading a copy of the You magazine. You also spent many a year knitting jerseys, scarves, and smoking dresses. I'd watch you and think this was your therapy or your me time. You were always well-groomed, hair sleeked back in a bun, earrings matching the color of your sari, and you always took the time to buff and file your nails. Whenever we could, it gave us granddaughters pleasure to take you for a manicure or pedicure. And although you always had a simple beauty routine, there was that one night cream you'd insist on using throughout your years. You liked the finer things in life, but it was about quality and not quantity. Even the two canine queens, Coco and Suki, were taken by your presence. Coco would fall asleep on your lap, and you would catch 40 winks too. And I know they probably both received treats that they wouldn't normally get when you were around. You seldom raised your voice, but we all knew that look when you disapproved of something. You were always so disciplined with your meditation and cleansing over the years. It grounded you and equipped you to deal with things in a calm manner, choosing never to stress or worry. We got to celebrate 2 milestone birthdays with you. I know the first one was tough, as it was just a year after Mom passed, but doing something for your 19th during a time when COVID was just subsiding is something we will all treasure. Last year, for the first time in a long time, we were all reunited for Cheryl and Michaela's wedding. At 92, you hopped on a plane without any complaints, partook in all of the festivities, and showered them with your blessings. This reinforced what we knew all along. You were super right. Having you present meant so much to Cheryl and all of us, especially since Mom and Dad weren't there. One of the hardest things you had to endure was the loss of Mom. And even so, you were so strong for all of us during this time. I truly believe all the meditation work played a significant role in this. At times I wondered how Mom was your daughter, as you were so different. She believed in green juices and fresh food, whereas you thought everything tasted better with cream and ghee in it. I'm convinced all of that ghee kept your drinks well-oiled for so long. You embraced technology and quickly learned how to use an iPad and cell phone so that we could always reach you, whereas Mom always warned us about the dangers of electromagnetic waves. Mom liked to declutter, and you liked to collect things. But later I reflected on your similarities, both so nurturing and selfless, putting everyone else before yourselves. Both so resilient during times of adversity. The strength you displayed after Ajabapa passed and how you took control of the business and household is what gave Mom the strength to pick up after the loss of Dad and many things happen. We also all know where our stubbornness stems from. It was entertaining to watch the two of you in the kitchen, both standing your ground on how things should be made or done. But equally, I saw how meditation and spirituality helped both of you to stay so centered, blocking out any outside noise. I will always value that no matter how much time passed, the two of us always spoke about Mom. We laughed, we cried, we shared stories I'd never heard before, and I know it was always cathartic for both you and me. You always said I was so strong, but I hope you know that much of that strength is derived from you and your approach to everything in life. Over the past few days, we've received so many messages from friends and family, and when people share how they remember you, Ajahn, recurring themes come up. Elegance, grace, calm, kind-hearted, positive energy, nurturing, one of a kind, and a beautiful aura. Everyone has shared how blessed we were to have you in our lives. Reflecting on this, how do we honor you as we move forward? We too can choose to remain humble and grounded in all that we do. We can remember to show kindness, patience, and empathy to those that we engage with. And the next time we complain about something, we can ask ourselves if in the bigger scheme of things, it's really necessary. And we can also choose to live life to the fullest. Amongst us grandchildren, there was always the debate about who was your favorite grandchild. Anju, I saw you claiming that spot. Was it the oldest, Shahil, or the youngest, Anju? Shahil, the rest of us didn't even try to compete with this title. Shahil got a head start with all the time he spent with you and Ajahn in his formative years. But Anj, I think the past couple of years you gained a few extra points. The time that you spent with Aji was healing for the both of you. She was there for you as a confidant when you were going through your own challenges, and you kept her company, always ensuring that she was never alone, always taking good care of her, and don't think we didn't notice how you made our heart happy with all those sweet treats. Sometimes you carried on like sisters and best friends, and other times like a pair of grannies. I'm really going to miss all our calls where I'd check in on Granny 1 and Granny 2. I just want to say thank you for all that you did for Aji, right up until the end. From giving her that final pedicure to that last spoon of custard, even if Aji couldn't express it, we all know how appreciative she would have been. Aji, we will miss your love, laughter, and wisdom so much, but we will celebrate you always. There will be moments of laughter and moments of tears, but we will never forget the love and the care extended to all of us. But for now, Hamba Khatle, we know that Ajahn, Mom, Kaka, Pua, and even Coco will be welcoming you with open arms. You are at peace.
Thank you, Sohini. All of these speeches abound with loads of love. It's absolutely wonderful to hear. The last speaker for this afternoon is a granddaughter, Shivani Ranchit.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon, honoring our beloved and beautiful grandmother, Munibendwana. It's not a coincidence that her granddaughters have spoken this afternoon. Three of us from three of her children. She was very much the matriarch and this incredible lineage of feisty, beautiful, smart women who have had such an incredible path laid out for us, role modeled by her, but more than that, you would have heard from what Suhini was saying, that her life was not free of loss, it was not free of grief. Her first baby passed just a few days old. It's a terrible tragedy to outlive her daughter, Tushila. And she was widowed, as you heard, for 46 years, and so many other things along the way. But because of her profound spiritual practice and her deep commitment to the way that she showed up every day in relationship with her meditation practice, she alchemized all of that and all of what sits, actually not even just in her life, but in the generations, the ancestors who came before that. My great-grandmother also had an incredibly difficult life. So, we hear a lot these days about intergenerational trauma, but we have the gift of the opposite, the thing that people don't talk about. We have the gift of what she transmuted for all of us. And through that alchemy of the heart, that incredible love and devotion and commitment, she has shifted these patterns that replicate from one generation to another, and generated a completely new pattern of all of the beautiful things that you heard today. She's generated a pattern of grace, of courage, of peace, of nurturing, and we are so deeply grateful for that. And we also feel the weight of the responsibility to live into that, to live into what she manifested, what she was able to transmute. She, you also would have heard, was, I think we experienced inside and outside the same things around her grace and elegance, her incredible heart. But those of us closer to her at home also saw how incredibly funny she was. And she was making jokes right up until the end, making us all laugh. She had, as you would see in some of these photos, just this incredible big smile. So she had this incredible sense of humor and this beautiful smile, and she brought so much joy into all of our lives. You would have also heard about the stubbornness and the feistiness. That also carries through very strongly one generation after the next. The littlest of her great-grandchildren isn't here today. And she's a 6-year-old who carries all of that incredible spirit. So it's a very powerful thing that she handed down to all of us, one generation after the next. I have a meditation practice too, and you would have thought that she would have been delighted. But she was very disappointed that it wasn't Sadhma, so there were no gold stars. But from the lineage that I'm part of, one of the things that we chant is Om Mani Padme Hum. And that was the name, it's in the chant, Mani. And in Pali, in the Buddhist language, sort of a sister language to Sanskrit, Mani means jewel. and it's got a very particular meaning. It's about the path to enlightenment. And her maiden surname was Pema, and Pema in Pali means lotus flower. It means the same as Padma. So we're very blessed today to have Padma being facilitating this space for us. And so the chant Om Mani Padme Hum means the jewel in the lotus. It's about the path to enlightenment. And I just think how absolutely incredible that was the name that she was given, and that is the life that she lived. She lived into the destiny of her name. And so, with so much appreciation, such a full heart, so grateful for everything that she did for every single one of us, this centrifugal force that she was, holding this family together, generation after generation after generation, with this full heart. And to say that, Ajma, you were not just the jewel in the lotus, but you were the jewel in all of our hearts. The most beautiful, most perfect jewel. And we know that you are still with us. This morning, my mom and I stood on the balcony of the apartment we're staying in, and we watched the whales frolicking in the ocean, and we knew that was her, that's her spirit, and it's wild and it's free, and such an incredibly blessed passing, so peaceful and so lovingly taken care of by Anjali, by Dachimami, by Vinamma. So we wish you, your spirit, Ajma, may it travel in peace, and may it travel in joy. May you continue to tease us from wherever you are, and may you continue to bring a smile to our faces.
Thank you, Shivani, for sharing those precious sentiments. I will now call on our priest, Baba, to say the final prayer.
Namaste. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha. Om Tatsaviturvarenyam. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Yo yo na prachodayado. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha. Om Tatsaviturvarenyam. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Yo yo na prachodayado. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha. Om Tatsaviturvarenyam. Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Yo yo na prachodayado. પાપોના નાશને માટે નમો વિષ્ણુ સદા સદા ઉદ્ધાર સર્વ પિતૃઓ મને પણ નાથ આપજો. પિતા પિતા મહાદી ને માતા મહાદી સર્વ જે ગુરુ સ્વશુર પક્ષે જે વળી મુજને બાંધવો સર્વના પાપ બાળી દો સર્વને તાજો પ્રભુ સમસ્ત કુળ સર્વને વૈકુંઠે વસાવજો. મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો દયામય મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો દયામય મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો. જીવન વનહતિ વેગે વટાવ્યું જીવન વનહતિ વેગે વટાવ્યું. દ્વાર ઉભો શિશુ બોલો દયામય મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો તિમિર ગયું ને જ્યોતિ પ્રકાશ્યો, તિમિર ગયું ને જ્યોતિ પ્રકાશ્યો, શિશુને ઉરમાલો બોલો દયામય, મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો, મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો દયામય, મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો. નામ મધુરતમ રત્યો નિરંતર, નામ મધુરતમ રત્યો નિરંતર, શિશુ સહ પ્રેમે બોલો દયામય, મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો, મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો દયામય, મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો. દિવ્ય તૃષાતુર આવ્યો બાળક, દિવ્ય તૃષાતુર આવ્યો બાળક, પ્રેમે અમીરસ ડોળો દયામય, મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો, મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો દયામય, મંગલ મંદિર ખોલો. હે આત્માને મન હૃદયથી આપજે શાંતિ પૂરી, બધી રીતે એનું પ્રભુ કરાવજે સર્વ કલ્યાણ શ્રીજી. બધા જીવો સાથે ગત જીવનમાં જે થયેલો સંબંધ કરાવી લો એને સૌ તરફથી સાવ નિશ્ચિત મુક્ત. પ્રભુ તારે દ્વારે આવ્યો છે આત્મા, પ્રભુ તારે દ્વારે આવ્યો છે આત્મા, શાંતિ દેજો હે પરમાત્મા, શાંતિ દેજો હે પરમાત્મા. અમે સૌ ભેગા મળી કરીએ પ્રાર્થના, અમે સૌ ભેગા મળી કરીએ પ્રાર્થના, શાંતિ દેજો હે પરમાત્મા, શાંતિ દેજો હે પરમાત્મા. જન્મ જન્મના પેરા ટાળજો, જન્મ જન્મના પેરા ટાળજો, મુક્તિ દેજો હે પરમાત્મા, મુક્તિ દેજો હે પરમાત્મા. લક્ષ 84ના પેરા ટાળજો, લક્ષ 84ના પેરા ટાળજો, સદગતિ દેજો હે પરમાત્મા, મોક્ષ ગતિ દેજો હે પરમાત્મા. પ્રભુ તારે દ્વારે આવ્યો છે આત્મા, પ્રભુ તારે દ્વારે આવ્યો છે આત્મા, શાંતિ દેજો હે પરમાત્મા, શાંતિ દેજો હે પરમાત્મા. શાંતિ અંતરિક્ષ શાંતિ, પૃથ્વી શાંતિ, આકાશ શાંતિ, ઔષધયઃ શાંતિ, વનસ્પતયઃ શાંતિ, વિશ્વે દેવા શાંતિ, બ્રહ્મ શાંતિ, સર્વગણ
If there's anybody amongst you who hasn't yet paid your last respects, you are to come forward. After that, the close family will bid her farewell. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with the family this afternoon. The body will now be moved into the empty room, and just the very closest family will go with you. Thank you very much once again.